Good afternoon. I'm Shannon Mouton Gray, Managing Director here at McKinney Associates, and welcome to our May Tips in 20 webinar, 10 techniques, tips, and cues for avoiding procrastination. We here at McKinney Associates are honored to be able to provide you, our friends, family, co-workers, and others, these valuable webinars that we feel can provide you practical tips and information that you can put into practice almost immediately. And our goal is to do them in 20 minutes or less, hence the hashtag tips in 20. So let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me, folks. I want to give a shout out after I have a sip of water to my producer, Stephanie, the intern. Hey, Stephanie.
Hi, everyone.
She's great. And y'all send her some good internet vibes today. She's feeling a little under the weather, but she pressed her way to be here with me and support me today. So I'm really happy to have her here. So let's get started. 10 steps to avoid procrastination. And we're going to begin with a little what? Quiz! Yay! First, raise your hand if you finish the simple, low priority items on your to-do list before you do anything else. I can see you. You're not raising your hand. Raise your hand if you ignore your to-do list and let things languish there for days and weeks on end. Come on now, raise your hand. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, raise your other hand, your third hand, if you always assist other folks with their projects before you do your own work. And lastly, raise your fourth hand, yes, I said fourth hand, if you constantly check email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, just in case a new cat video went up. So everybody got all four hands raised, or at least 1, 2, or 3? Now you can put your hands down now, folks. Thank you. If you raised your hand at least once, then you're probably a procrastinator. And we're here to help you. Yeah, it was cheesy. Get over it. So before we get started, I need to come clean. I was raising my hand too. I am a recovering procrastinator, and admitting it was half the battle. I have to fight my natural inclinations every day, and it's hard, folks. So believe me when I say I feel your pain, and I know the struggle is very real. So why do we procrastinate? We know it's not good for us. We know it causes harm, and yet we still do it. There are many reasons why we procrastinate. Sometimes it's because the work isn't fun and we'd rather do something else. And this is what I have to say, folks. It's called work for a reason. It's not supposed to be fun. Otherwise, it will be called play. Now, fun is different than enjoyable, different than being enjoyable or fulfilling or satisfying. Work is work and play is play. So we have to get over it and just get our work what? Done. Other times, we really don't know how to do something, so we avoid it. It takes time to learn something new, and then making sure we know how to use what we've learned can be daunting and intimidating. Instead, we just don't do anything. And then there are those folks who have difficulty figuring out what to do and how to get started. You've seen them, or maybe you've been one of them. You're totally overwhelmed, and so nothing gets done. We can all be better and do better. We don't have to let procrastination get the better of us. These next 10 tried and true tips can help us, you and me, get over and stay over the procrastination hump. Self-awareness is powerful, folks. Pay attention to your work habits and identify those tasks that you put off most often, and then start doing them every day. Eventually, they will become routine and part of your daily life. This is something that I'm doing. It's called the 100 Days Challenge. I have promised myself and the interwebs that I will walk every day for 100 days, and I will write something every day for 100 days. It ain't easy, folks, but I'm trying to make these habits in my life. Being accountable, which is what putting the stuff on the internet does, to others is also great for keeping us on track. Studies show that we enjoy practically every activity more when we're with other people. Having a friend along can help the mundane activities in our life go by quicker. Buddies can be a source of reassurance and moral support. That being said, I do want to give a personal shout out to my sister-in-law, Tina Gray. She's always sending me little emoticons and images and gifts telling me to keep going, keep it up, and I really appreciate it. Our third tip, do your most dreaded task first thing in the morning. Jump on it, get it over with, and enjoy the fact that you've completed it. Busy work is our downfall. We think if we do these small things first, then we'll be able to focus on the big picture items later. It's a trick, folks. Don't fall for the okie doke. Once you get that big thing done early in the morning or at the beginning of your day, then you can relax, relate, and release. For me, I tackle my toughest client or office work as soon as I get in the office. And typically by mid-afternoon, I'm coasting through the last few hours of the day, working on the little nitpicky, easy peasy stuff that's around. This is a tough one, folks. You have to eliminate your procrastination pitfalls. Make it difficult to procrastinate. An easy fix, I know you're not going to like it. Don't throw anything at me, or the computer screen, that is. An easy fix is to disable the automatic notifications in your email, on your phone, on Twitter, on Facebook, all those little pop-ups and dings and bings you get saying, someone posted, someone liked, someone responded, new email, new text. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off, and cut it off. If it is a true emergency, they'll call you. Oh, this is great. I love these. Action planning is a process which will help you focus your ideas and decide what steps to take to achieve your goals. I'm all about planning. I am the planning queen. Action plans are a statement of what you want to achieve over a given period of time. A good plan with tasks and due dates is the first step in completing a project. If we follow it, we'll make it to the finish line. We all know the old adage, folks. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Break large projects into smaller, manageable pieces. As you complete each piece, you'll be closer to finishing that whole pachyderm. Yeah, simply put, you can't finish a project that you don't start. Focus on beginning the project. You'll finish it when you finish it, but you gotta start. Once you begin, your momentum will help you keep going until the job is done. This is something I actually learned over 20 years ago when I first started out in my career. Yeah, I'm that old. I know I look good. If it isn't written down, it doesn't exist. And so we have, Stephanie's going to switch back to me for a second. Yay! Hello, everyone. Okay, so remember, I said if it isn't written down, it doesn't exist. So this is a little trick that can help you accomplish those things that need to be done, and you're going to write them down. I want everyone to get a sticky. And on your sticky, I want you to write, by the end of today, I will, you have to fill in the blank, okay? Whatever the most important thing or a priority that you have for today, write it down and post it on your laptop, post it on your phone, well, not on your phone, but post it somewhere where you can see it throughout the day as something you want to accomplish. And it'll spur you to get it done. Now, when you're finished doing it, Don't just throw your Post-it away. No, 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 no. You know it can never be that simple for me. What I want you to do is keep it. I want you to collect them. And so by the end of the week, this week, see what you've actually accomplished. And then start again next week. And then collect your Post-its from next week and see what you've accomplished. You'll have tangible proof that you've made strides in getting your projects done. Thank you, Stephanie. So back to our show. This is, sorry, lost my place. I'm back now. Relax and breathe. Everything is going to be okay. Perfection is a state of mind, not a work goal. If you're waiting for the right time or the right circumstances, you'll never get started and you'll never finish. And lastly, okay, for everyone who's over a certain age, remember Revenge of the Nerds. This is my favorite scene, the party scene. Yeah, Stephanie's never seen this movie. She's young. Celebrate, folks. Remember, reward yourself for completing tasks and projects. Treat yourself to a nice lunch. Go for a walk. No more rain here in the DMV. Go outside. Celebrate with others, especially for large projects. Not that I am advocating drinking at all, but nothing beats happy hour on a Friday night after a long week and you have all your Post-its with you, so you know you've done a good job. Oh, we have a bonus. Ooh, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah. Get up, get going, make it happen, move, move, move. What are you waiting for? In the time it takes you to argue with yourself, you probably could have gotten a good headway into the project. So go, shoot, do, be, make it happen after this webinar is over though, okay? Thank you. Oh, and of course, as always, I want to let you know about our Twitter chat that's coming up in 1 week on Wednesday, June 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can follow MCKPR at MCKPR or search for hashtag social justice chat. This month in June, we will be talking about crisis communications, right, Stephanie?
Yep.
Yeah, crisis communications. So look forward to seeing everyone virtually there. Okay, so it's now time for the Q&A portion of the program. Please place your tray tables in the upright position and hand your trash to the attendants as they make their final pass through the cabin. And don't forget to type your questions in the Q&A box. So as always, I think we have crowdsourced some questions, right, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Ooh, hello everyone, I'm back. No specs today, so bear with me. What if working with other people distracts you from your work? It depends on the kind of work you have to do. There are some types of organizations and some projects that you're on with a team. You need to learn how to kind of sequester yourself so you can focus in on your work. And I know that's difficult. A lot of us nowadays work in co-working or share space situations. Stephanie and I, with the rest of the digital team, we sit in a small little cube farm here at McKinney. So sometimes it can be distracting when they're talking on Twitter chats and going back and forth. I'm on a conference call and I'm supposed to pick up the phone, but I always don't. You have someone over here who's trying to write an article for the newsletter. So it can be a little difficult. Do the best you can. Focus, train yourself, focus. Remember your Post-it. You've got to get this done by the end of the day. And if they're not going to help you get it done, then you need to piece them out. Okay? Our next question. What's the best way to accommodate spontaneous or unexpected assignments into your action plans? We all know that. We have our great to-do list for today. We even have our Post-it of what we want to accomplish today. Then all of a sudden, our team leader, supervisor, manager, boss, even the president of the company comes to you and says, I need X, Y, and Z to happen right now. Really? What happens to the blue Post-it I wrote down? What happens to my great timeline? This is when you have to talk to people, you have to communicate, and you let your supervisor know, I can focus on X, Y, and Z, but be real clear, that will impact when this gets done. Is that an okay trade-off? Or do you really want me to focus on this, and X, Y, and Z was just kind of the superfluous thing that I can give or you can give to someone else? Again, your priorities are your work priorities. So you need to make sure that you are managing your time and your time isn't managing you.
5 minutes.
Ooh, 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Do you have any advice on how to approach work that you really don't know how to do? Yes, if you don't know how to do something, follow me. google.com. Give it a shot. And while that may sound a little facetious, and I apologize, wasn't meant to be snarky. Trust me, Google will have all your answers. While that seems so odd to say, it really does have all the answers. YouTube is great too. You type into YouTube, how to, boom, you'll get videos on how to anything and everything. And most of the videos really are short and sweet and are not particularly complicated. So even when it comes down to learning how to do a tweet chat, learning how to plan a webinar and do video and live stream, all kinds of videos, all kinds of information, blogs, anything out there. You can also crowdsource Twitter, great source of experts and information as well. Okay, I think this is probably gonna be the last question.
Yep.
Okie dokie. And we have 3 of them. Oh, okay. Do you have any tips for getting dreaded tasks done in the morning for those of us who are not morning people? The short answer, suck it up. The long, more thoughtful, non-snarky answer is you really want to work to your best biorhythmic time. You're your own body clock. However, if you work in a 9-to-5 business, if you're a night owl and not really a morning person, well, that doesn't quite jive. So what I would recommend is not trying to retrain your body, because, you know, morning people are morning people, night owls are night owls. Is really try and focus when your energy during the day is at its peak. While it may not be at 9, 10, or 11 in the morning, if you can get jamming at like from 1 to 4, typically when the rest of the office may be kind of starting to slow down, that's when you want to jam. Go for it, move it, quick, get it done. You need to be careful though, because you can get caught up and push it off until tomorrow. So really, you need to be careful if you aren't truly a morning person, because that can be a pitfall of pushing things off to another day. Are we it? That's it? Last question? Okay. Okay, well, folks, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us. As always, I'm Shannon Mouton Gray here at McKinney Associates. Be sure to find us on the internet at www.mckpr.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SlideShare. Also, on our website, you can sign up for our monthly newsletter. I promise we won't send it out weekly, bi-weekly. Truly only once a month you'll hear from us. Also, for next month, our Tips in 20 is going to be on the 7 do's and don'ts of effective criticism and critiquing. Yeah, folks, you can dish it out, but can you really take it? We'll find out. Thanks again, and I'll see you around the interwebs.